Hello everyone. It's time for me to bring back some Sunday words of wisdom. If you remember my dozen or so Sunday words of wisdom that I did just at the initial time of the COVID lockdown, they were all designed to try and keep you in a high frequency and away from lowering down your frequency into fear, despite all of the fears and concerns around that time. But now I notice many of us are going through quite severe challenges, and they're all different types of challenges, and it's quite difficult to see a light at the end of the tunnel with everything else that's going on at the moment as well. This is a time, more than any other time before, that you really need a spiritual practice, and your spiritual well-being has to be your priority. I can't stress this enough, really. So your spiritual well-being is your priority, and everything else has to fit around that. I'll explain a little bit more about that later. This is really the best way to get through these times. I know that many of you may think this is absurd, but when you're in tune with the universe and you're in gratitude to whatever is being brought to you, no matter whether it's good or bad, then life will flow much better for you. You don't have to be very far down your spiritual path to actually understand this. If you remember the ancient words, and I remember them well from my childhood, you have to give to receive. So perhaps just ponder on that. So these really are our darkest times as humanity. And it's more important than ever that we work even harder to maintain not only our own holistic health, our body, our mind, our spirit, but also joining forces together, moving forward together, because if we work together, then it's very, very powerful. And it helps us to get through. We can combat a lot more of these challenges that actually face humanity right now. So we're in the shift fully now. And this has been foretold for centuries and centuries. And did we actually think it was going to be easy? And it's not about angels coming down or aliens landing. It's all about the physical. It's actually quite political, quite financial, physical. So I research and follow key speakers, key people who give a very broad viewpoint on everything that's going on just now. What is actually happening? And they all have a very positive outlook. It's not all doom and gloom, but we have to get through this battle of dark and light. That's what's happening. In fact, we're actually in World War III, but it's not being run in the same way as the previous two world wars. And everyone is being distracted by COVID. And something much, much deeper is happening. I don't necessarily mean bad things. For important reasons, a lot of this is being hidden at the moment, and it will all eventually be revealed, I should say. And there is a reason that this is all being hidden from humanity. It's very important just to keep it underground for the time being, and there is a lot happening underground, and I mean underground in every sense. And that's one of the reasons there are lots of lockdowns and lots of curfews. And in particular, these things are happening in UK, USA, and Australia. But I don't want to move into these topics. That's not what this little words of wisdom is about. So here are the words of wisdom. And these are things I actually did speak about way back in March. But perhaps I've got a different audience now. Perhaps some of you have moved on a little bit and might understand the meaning behind these things. Pay great attention to everything in your life and work with intention. That's really important, so that everything you're doing is for the highest benefit of all humanity. Stop self-serving and give yourself over to service to humanity. Now, you may wonder what that means, that you can't suddenly give up everything you've got. But as an example, caring for children and caring for your family with compassion and love is real service to humanity. But domestic violence and abuse is not. Only watch and do things or be with people that actually make you feel good, that you feel uplifted and joyous. If something or someone is making you feel bad or taking you down, then try to move away from it or them, or try to alternatively perceive it differently. Take time out in nature and appreciate the beauty of Mother Earth. That really is uplifting and helpful. Just go for a walk in a park even. Look after your body. It is your soul's mode of transport through these times. And the cleaner and clearer it is, then the better equipped you are. And of course I can boast about that because I've just finished a detox. And forgive yourself, forgive others. Don't hang on to grudges, because these things are really only affecting you and taking you down. So these are really the main ones I'm going to talk about today. I may bring you more at a later date. I do want to mention today some key dates that you want to be looking out for and working towards. The first one is, of course, Tuesday the 3rd of November, the US election. Now this is a critical election and a critical time. So I'm just pointing out as well that America closed down for lockdown on the 11th of March, 11/3. And the election is on the 3rd of November, 3/11. Interesting. So on that day, I think it's important to take some action on the etheric level. So I will be broadcasting some mantras all day. I haven't quite decided what I'm doing or what platform I will use. It will be online, and that is a Tuesday. Another date is Monday the 21st of December. The 2020 winter solstice this year is a serious date. There is going to be a massive shift. It's all in alignment. And so my key reason for mentioning this is get ready. Get yourself into a good place for this date, where nobody knows what's going to happen, but there's going to be a shift on that date. So prepare. And our dark period we're going through just now, I have to say, from all my sources, it is likely to continue until March 21st next year. I know it seems a long time, but major events are happening, and these things don't just happen overnight. Another date that was mentioned from various sources is the 21st of February 2021. I'm just mentioning this. I'm not sure what's happening, but it's interesting numerology. 2102 2021. A lot of things are happening with numerology at the moment. So that's all I'm going to say for now. But I encourage you to start some form of spiritual practice. You can join me every morning at 7:30 a.m. for energy clearing through breath, colour and light and sound. But whatever you do, take time to make you a priority in this spiritual path through being in service. This shift is not, as I say, about angels and aliens landing. It's about us. So get ready. Thank you for watching. Have a joyous and fun and peaceful time, and